Your Majesty, please come out and look at this. What on earth is this miracle? Look at this color, this texture. Could this actually be paved with the legendary black jade? Solid blocks of black jade to pave a road dozens of miles long. How much treasury silver did this even cost? Even if we sold the entire Great Way Palace, we still couldn't afford this much black jade. Ma'am, this is not black jade. Suji calls this an asphalt road. It is made from steelmaking waste slag, boiled together with something called crude oil. The cost is incredibly cheap. Supposedly, it is for his so-called logistics transport. Get in the carriage, I must see this Suji, and find out what other surprises he has. Stop right there. From out of town, are you? Are you blind? Do you know the rules? Want to enter? Get to the back of the line. Insolent. Do you know who is inside this carriage? How dare you block our path? Do you want to lose your head? Oh really? Is this Qingyang County gate made of solid gold, that we cannot enter? Humph. Listen lady, drop the high and mighty attitude. Here in Qingyang County, even a dragon must coil up, and a tiger must lie down. Lord Su's rules are the absolute law. Even the Emperor of Heaven must pay here. I am the Empress of Great Way. Every single blade of grass here belongs to me, returning to my own land, and I must pay a toll to my subject. Unbelievable. This is absolutely lawless. What an arrogant man, Suji. And quite the rule. Everyone must pay. Take your receipt. The guards will ask to see it inside. Also, spitting on the streets is strictly forbidden. Littering is not allowed. Your carriage must park within the white line parking spaces. Fines for violators before release. To keep an entire city running in such a perfect and flawless order. Suji, you have successfully managed to capture my imperial interest. I will see what kind of extraordinary man you actually are. Stop the carriage. I want to walk around. Ma'am, that is the famous iron plate barbecue of Qingyang County. Would you like a taste? I have eaten countless royal delicacies from the imperial kitchen, yet absolutely none of them compare to this street kebab. Ah, goodness, ma'am, please, don't do that. How dare you? What is wrong with throwing away a stick? Ma'am, did you forget the notice posted at the city gate? Littering on this street results in a fine of 200 coins each time. And if you keep doing it, you will be forced to sweep the streets for 3 days. Sweep streets. I am the supreme ruler of the world. Yet here in Qingyang County, I do not even have the freedom to discard a wooden skewer. Could this Suji be some kind of obsessive-compulsive maniac? Ma'am, please calm down. The inn we are staying at is just ahead of us. You should rest first. What an incredibly arrogant name. I will see how this ordinary mortal inn of theirs dares to call itself Cloud's End. What kind of contraption is this now? Ma'am, this is called a revolving door. Just walk right in with the flow. Watch your step. Guest. This door is built in a highly impractical way. Suji, is he trying to rot ban kill people? Welcome, valued guests. Welcome to the Grand Cloud's End Hotel. Are you staying with us or dining today? 2 taels of silver a bowl. Are you running a proper hotel or a bandit den for outright robbery? The finest bowl of food in all Great Way is only a few hundred coins. What gives Suji the right? How does he dare, in this remote backwater wasteland, to charge 2 taels of silver a bowl? Excuse me, madam, at our Cloud's End Hotel, we offer the only 5-star service in all of Great Way. You get 24-hour hot water inside, a flushing toilet, real leather sofas, and designed by Lord Su himself, a Simmons spring mattress. This price is an absolute steal. Linger, did you hear that? 2 taels of silver. A normal way farmer works all year, and after taxes, cannot even save 2 taels. Yet look at Suji, just sleeping on this Simmons for 1 night, costs a poor farmer's entire yearly income. The national treasury is empty. The borderlands are freezing. I even ration my own candles. While Suji, in this tiny town, dares to build such a palace, sucking the blood of my people. This is pure madness, blinded by greed. Bring your magistrate Su to me. I want to demand answers myself. Has a dog eaten his damn conscience? Sister, please calm down. Calm down. We are traveling incognito this time. We cannot make a scene. I will pay the 2 taels myself. Suji, you had better pray your so-called inventions can truly impress me. Once I return to the capital, I will tear this hotel down brick by brick, and hang your greedy self from the gates. What is this? Is this mattress stuffed with tons of down? It feels absolutely incredible. Sister, it is called a Simmons mattress. Now look over here. Is there a Dragon King inside this wall? Why is no one carrying any water? It flows all by itself. And the water is hot. What kind of sorcery is this? Why is the design so bizarre? Ma'am, this is a toilet for relieving yourself. No smell, none. No odor at all. And no servants need to clean it. Linger. I once truly believed I had given the people of Great Wei the best life, but compared to this tiny Qingxiang county, my own imperial palace seems like a cold, ruined pigsty. Suzie. Are you a god or a ghost? No matter what you are, I will have you in my service. Running water that needs no hauling, gas lamps that shine as bright as day, and glass doors that rotate on their own. Science and industry. What kind of terrifying, unbelievable forces are these? If this power is not controlled by our royal family, and if Qingyang County ever turns against us, who in this world could ever stop them? That man, Suji. No. I must go meet him myself, even if I have to bind him. I will pry open his brain to see what is inside. My lady, where are you going? To the county office, to pay a visit to that lawless Suji. Science. Is the primary productive force. No. The force analysis on this pulley is all wrong. Lord Su said the Su pulley saves half the effort, but it doubles the distance you have to pull. The tension on your rope. Is not nearly enough to lift that tire. Nonsense, you totally forgot about friction. Do you even know what friction is? What are they arguing about? Just street babble, my lady. These are prep students from Suji's Academy of Innovation. They do not take the imperial exams, nor do they read the traditional classics. They only study things like physics, math, and chemistry. Suji says rote memorization won't save Great Wei. Only by learning these things can we build more steam engines and flying mortar. How scandalous. It is absolutely scandalous that this vibrant energy is something the capital's Imperial Academy, with its lifeless, stuffy, pedantic scholars, could never possibly possess. Walking to the county office. Hey. What do you think you're doing? Don't you know the rules? Get to the back of the line. How dare you? I demand to see Magistrate Su. Do I really have to wait with these filthy, money-grubbing merchants in this queue? Where did this little girl get such a big mouth? Even if the King of Heaven wanted to see Lord Su, he still has to queue up and book an appointment. Looking at your fancy outfit, you must be here from out of town for business. Go over there first and pay 1 silver tael. Buy a copy of our Qingyang County's brand new Science Daily. Read and understand the investment policies inside. Then go grab a number ticket and wait. His lordship is very busy right now, with no time to see random people. This entire empire belongs to me. Seeing one of my own ministers, actually has to pay money for some trashy newspaper. And hew up. Officer, please excuse my sister. She has a bit of a short fuse. We are wealthy imperial merchants from the capital, here with a massive business deal to discuss with Lord Su in person. Please, cut us some slack. Lord Su gave strict instructions. As long as they are wealthy cash cows delivering money, let them right through, and then rip them off completely. Since you are prestigious merchants from the capital, well, that changes everything. Come with me. His lordship is in the backyard laboratory. This way. Ladies, Lord Su Junsheng, a wealthy merchant from the capital, is here. He says he has a massive business deal for you. I don't care how big the deal is. Just stand to the side and keep quiet. This is the absolute critical moment for purify high concentration sulfuric acid. If this blows, it will send us all to heaven. So, you are Suji? You sure put on quite an official show. And who are you? The Great Wei Empress, Wei Yunshu. I am here to experience Magistrate Su's famous science. 10 minutes ago, I was still working in a modern materials science lab. 10 minutes later, I am just a corpse dumped in a mass grave. To make things worse, I have contracted an acute bacterial plague. My respiratory tract has a severe, acute infection. If I do nothing, I won't last more than 3 hours. Trading children for food. Starved corpses everywhere. Just 8 cold words in a history book. But this is reality. This body was also named Suji. He was the newly appointed magistrate of Qingyang County. But just days after taking office, he caught the plague, and was dumped right here. You want me dead? This damn heaven doesn't have that right yet. 10 minutes ago, I was still working in a modern materials science lab. 10 minutes later, I am just a corpse dumped in a mass grave. To make things worse, I have contracted an acute bacterial plague. My respiratory tract has a severe, acute infection. If I do nothing, I won't last more than 3 hours. Trading children for food. Starved corpses everywhere. Just 8 cold words in a history book. But this is reality. This body was also named Suji. He was the newly appointed magistrate of Qingyang County. But just days after taking office, he caught the plague and was dumped right here. You want me dead? This damn heaven doesn't have that right yet. Listen up, folks. 3 years of devastating drought, and now this deadly plague. It is because that new magistrate, Suji, is a walking curse. The moment he entered this city, he brought heaven's wrath. A cursed plague star. We must burn him alive. Burn him to ashes today. Burn this walking curse. Suji, how are you still alive? Sorry to disappoint you. Not only am I very much alive, but I also want to see who gave you the audacity to incite a violent riot right outside my courthouse gates. You monster, your entire body reeks of the deadly plague. Prepare to meet your end. Listen, folks, he is completely possessed by an evil spirit. Burn him alive before it spreads. Lord Su, it is not that I refuse to save you, but one simply cannot go against the people's will. Even heaven has forsaken you. Just accept your fate and die. Ha 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 ha. Heaven's will, divine gods. Listen up and open your pathetic ears to this. This right here is medical-grade alcohol and crude garlic extract, in an era entirely without modern antibiotics. This is the only life-saving medicine we have. Heavenly fire. It is heavenly fire. The great deity is furious with us. Witchcraft. What kind of dark sorcery is this? This is not sorcery. In Qingyang County, starting from this very day, this power will be known by a new name. It is called science. Get away from him, you monster. You are going to poison my son. Shut up. This magistrate is snatching him back from death itself. Suji thinks he can save lives by pouring foul water down their throats. What an absolute joke to the entire world. Once this little beggar takes his final breath, that arrogant magistrate will be next. Mommy, I am hungry. He survived an illness even the gods could not cure. He was actually brought back to life by the new magistrate, with just a single gulp of water. You are our savior, Lord. You are like a living Buddha. Please, we beg you to save us. Honorable judge, save us. You may all stand up. Tell me, assistant magistrate, who was it that you said would die the moment they touched me? My lord, your humble servant was completely blind. I was completely misled and bewitched by this evil priest. Very well, as the assistant magistrate, during this massive crisis, not only did you fail to comfort the citizens, but you actively colluded with this charlatan, trying to incite a riot and murder an official of the imperial court. According to the Great Way laws, I have the full authority to execute you right now. Spare my life, my lord. Please see the truth, my lord. I was truly blinded by this wicked priest's lies. My admiration for you is like a roaring, endless river. The grain shops and banks of Qingyang County are almost all held in the hands of this local tyrant. If I execute him now, the city's financial system will instantly collapse into chaos. Tens of thousands of citizens will starve tomorrow. Killing is easy, but rebuilding is hard. I will let your head stay on your neck for now. Starting right now, Qingyang County is officially under complete martial law. If you dare to play any dirty tricks behind my back, I wouldn't mind letting you witness firsthand something far more terrifying than the heavenly fire you just saw. Who is the head constable? Answering your call, my lord. Your humble servant, Zhao Tianyu, is the head constable of this very county courthouse. Very well, Zhao Tianyu. Go into the city right now and select 50 strong young men who are free of the plague and immediately organize them into a quarantine security squad. Quarantine, my lord. What on earth does that mean? It means snatching the living back from the clutches of the King of Hell. Listen up. This is my first official command. The city is under lockdown. First, turn the east side into quarantine. Anyone showing red spots or fevers, especially the refugees, will be moved to the east. Hide any cases, and you will be executed. Second, all corpses, man, woman, child, young or old, regardless of wealth or status, must be taken to the mass graves and burned. Remember, you burn them, do not bury. But governor, even you cannot do this. Burning the dead is a curse. How can we face our ancestors after death? If you keep those rotting corpses around, they will poison the water with disease. In 3 days, everyone in this town will meet their ancestors underground. In Qingyang County, staying alive is the only rule. If you want your family to survive, obey me. Jia Qianyu, what are you waiting for? Yes, sir. Moving out right away. Third, bring me every single lime worker in the city. Burn the lime over high fires. Spread it across every street in Qingyang and around every single water well. I want this city secured. Not even a diseased fly can get in. All units, stay alert. Epidemic prevention orders. All drinking water must be boiled and cooled down first. Any clothes that touch the sick must be boiled for half an hour. Boiling water kills the disease. This cuts off the source. We will use purified garlic extract to treat severe cases. In just 5 days, the spread of the Qingyang plague was not only completely brought under control, but the number of bodies carried from the quarantine dropped from dozens down to just 1. The way the people looked at Suji shifted from pure fear and awe. It evolved into a borderline fanatical worship. This is the miserable scrap we have to eat. My lord, even the rats abandoned the granary long ago. To keep the quarantine zone calm these past days, we boiled our last grain into porridge and distributed it. Even this wild herb porridge was scraped together by everyone. And don't even get me started on the grain merchants. Qian Wanjin took advantage of you fighting the plague to secretly collude with every merchant in and out of town. They have hoarded every last grain of food. Just this morning, Qian's grain shop hung up a new price sign. A single pack of rice now costs 1 silver tael. This isn't selling food. They are drinking the very blood of the people. 1 silver tael for a single pack of rice. Qian Wanjin, you think an economic blockade will work to starve me and this entire city to death? If I were some traditional scholar magistrate, I would be completely helpless at this point. But I'm not. Tai Niu, grab a few of our sharpest men, grab some shovels, and follow me out of town. Why are we heading out of town, my lord? To hunt. Hunting won't save tens of thousands of people. To find water and grow crops. I want the grain in Qian Wanjin's granaries to end up rotting completely in his own hands. Master, Suji took a few of his men and headed out of town with shovels. Humph. So what if he cured the plague? So what if he knows a few tricks? The soul in Qingyang is dry enough to spark a fire. Even if he were a god descended from heaven, he won't be able to conjure anything from this salty soil. Not even a single grain of food. Spread my orders. Every grain shop must keep their warehouses locked tight. Not a single grain of rice goes to the county. Yes, master. As for Suji, I'd really like to see when the entire town is starving and going mad. If that science of yours is really so useful. Or what is in my hands? Even a simple white bun would be more useful. This ground is so dry, sparks fly when you hit it. Even the rain god has completely abandoned us. Why did you bring us out to this barren wasteland? We are not out here digging for gold, are we? No, not for gold. We are digging for water. Ha ha ha. Oh, spare me. This is absolutely hilarious. Lord Su, if hunger has driven you completely mad, you should hurry back to your office and lie down. Trying to find water in this solid rock desert. Do you really think you can summon rain like some god? Steward Qian, shouldn't you be in the city, helping your master profit off this terrible famine? Why come all the way out here just to bark? Lord Su, save your clever little tongue. My master has made a very generous offer. All you have to do is nod your head, sign over the remaining barren land deeds of King Yuan, and stamp them with your official government seal. Transfer them to Master Qian, and he will immediately donate 10 cartloads of grain. Why pull these foolish stunts just to impress the crowd? Do you see those mountains stretching over there? Though not a single drop of rain has fallen in 3 years, and the ground is completely parched, the trees up there are still alive. This means that deep underground, there is still a massive hidden flow of water. We just need to find the fault line in the aquifer. The water is right beneath our feet. What hidden flows? What fault lines? Lord Su, did you study yourself stupid in the capital? You think waving a bamboo stick will magically find water? If you actually dig up water out here, I will write my own name backward and eat every rock on this dry riverbed raw. Alright, Tai Niu. Start digging right where I drew this circle. Folks, we are going to die either way. Going back means starving to death anyway, so let us trust the magistrate and start digging. Sir, it is no use. It is nothing but solid rock down here. There is no way you will find water. Ha ha ha, Lord Su. How do those rocks taste? Even if you dig straight through the earth, it will still be bone dry. You should just head back to town and beg my master for mercy on your knees. Get back, everyone. Now, shatter. Water. It is water. There is water. Heaven has finally opened its eyes. The magistrate is a true miracle worker. Ha ha ha. Steward Qian, about your name. Ready to write it backwards now. And what about these rocks? Do you plan to braise or steam them? My lord, the water is flowing. But how do we water the fields? Do we carry it bucket by bucket? And this ground is as hard as iron. Our office only has a few old oxen pulling those broken wooden plows. They cannot break this tough soil. If we cannot plant, the crops still die. Carrying water is a fool's way. Bring me the absolute best blacksmiths and carpenters in this city. This magistrate will show you what true divine craftsmanship means. My lord, what on earth is this thing? Why is this plow frame curved? And what about this iron blade underneath? Why is the mold board curved like that? Lord, I have been a blacksmith 40 years. I only make swords and straight plows. But this strange contraption of yours, forget about plowing the field. It will snap right away. If it breaks, this magistrate will take his own head. This is the curved shaft plow. It digs deep to turn up the soil and completely shatters the hardened crust on top. This is a high-lift water wheel, and this is the seed drill. Now listen closely. Gather every blacksmith and carpenter in town. Keep building these day and night for me. Within 3 days, I want Qingyang County's thousands of acres of salt flats, fully reclaimed into fertile fields. Rest easy, my lord. This old man will risk his life to finish them. It's finally done. The magistrate's curved shaft plow is fully ready. Really, but this ox has been starving for days. Usually, pulling that heavy straight plow, it can barely walk on flat ground. This wasteland is as hard as iron. Can he actually do it, brother? Yeah. Oh my goodness, incredible. The old ox is pulling it without any effort. Your work is divine. My lord, I am truly amazed. I am utterly won over. Ha ha ha. It is useless. Yes, my lords, it is completely useless. Old man, why would it be useless? My lord, look at this ground. It has been dry for too long. There is a thick, white crust of salt floating on top. The earth's pulse is gone, and its life force is dead. Even if we use this divine plow to plant our seeds, the sprouts will just grow up thin and yellow. They will never yield any grain. It is more than just salinization. This soil is severely lacking in nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and other essential nutrients required for crop growth. What? My lord, terrible news, my lord. Disaster has struck. Tell me clearly. Qian Wanjin is claiming our yamen is enabling violent mobs to terrorize our town. Not only has he united all the local merchants in our county, he has even bribed the grain dealers in all neighboring counties. Now, not a single grain of rice will be sold to either our county yamen or the starving refugees outside. The soup kitchen run by our yamen completely ran out of food this noon. That dirty son of a bitch. Does that thief Qian Wanjin actually think I cannot grow any food? Is he trying to control me by starving us out? Send my orders to every citizen in this town, from the 80-year-old grandmothers down to the 5-year-old kids. Everyone, start moving right now. Go gather every bit of pig, cow, and chicken manure around the city, along with dead branches and rotten leaves, weeds, and all the sludge from the outhouses. Collect it all for your magistrate. Your honor, what do you want with all this filth? I am going to dig 10 massive pits south of town. This is called high-temperature fermentation composting. Didn't Qian Wanjin claim this land has no life left in it? Then I will personally create the most powerful fertility this world has ever seen. I will turn this waste, which you all see as nothing but filth, feces, into a super fertilizer that will nourish this barren, salty wasteland. Ha ha ha, this is killing me. Ha ha ha. That fool Suji actually went around the city, collecting sewage and waste from the public latrines, deludedly thinking he can grow crops using human waste. Ha ha ha. You are so right, master. It is utterly ridiculous. Since ancient times, farming has always depended on the seasons. blessed by the essence of nature, yet he expects to fertilize the fields with disgusting filth. It is nothing but sheer, absolute nonsense. The biggest laughingstock in the world. He is a grasshopper in late autumn, running out of time to survive. Send men to keep a close eye on the magistrate office. Once half of those people starve to death, Qingyang County will fall entirely and completely right into my hands. Open the pits. This soil is so rich. It is incredibly rich. I have lived 60 years, and I have never seen soil this fertile before. Your Honor, did you really make this beautiful soil from that disgusting filth? This is the art of turning decay into magic. With all of this rich fertilizer, the barren salt flats of Qingyang will become a treasure trove. Spread this rich compost, and spread it evenly across the tilled soil. Your Honor, what is this? These are called potatoes, or, as some say, sprouts. My men and I found them in the Hangduan Mountains just days ago, deep on those sheer cliffs. This is an alpine plant I discovered. Slice it my way, then coat it in ash. Plant them using the seed drill. 3 months later, I promise you will eat until your bellies are full. Listen to his lordship and plant them. To silver taels a peck, not 1 grain, is to be sold to the county office. Once Qingyang is littered with starved corpses, that Suji will surely crawl to my gates begging for mercy. Lord Liu, please bear with us. Qingyang County completely ran out of food 3 months ago, but that Suji does not know his place. He insisted on leading those poor peasants to plant some kind of poisonous dirt blocks. But today is the official deadline for the autumn harvest tax, and I am afraid he cannot produce a single grain. According to Great Way law, that Suji will surely lose his head. I only care about the grain. No more excuses. If Suji cannot pay the autumn grain tax today, I will strip him of his official robes right now and drag him to the capital. Oh, Lord Su, ha, is this what you made the whole town spend 3 long months toiling in the mud to grow? Isn't this just a pile of useless weeds? There is not even a single ear of wheat. Do you really plan to eat these weeds to survive? Or do you expect to pay your taxes with this trash? Magistrate Suji, the imperial court entrusted this county to your care. Yet you actually led the people to grow weeds. Where is the autumn grain? Confess your crimes and submit to the law. And who told you that food only grows on the branches of plants? Tai Niu, start digging them up right now. Let the whole town and Lord Liu open their eyes. 4. Towns. Wait. What on earth is this? Look, the tuber is absolutely massive. Keep digging. Pull every last one out. Let those greedy parasites profiting from the famine see this. Let us show them what a real harvest looks like. Look, it is food. Real food. We do not have to starve to death. Lord Su is a saint, our savior. Qian Wanjin, what is the average yield of your finest farmland? In a good year, to dawn of grain per acre. Zi Qianyu, report the count. Reporting back, my lord. We dug up 6,000 pounds from a single acre. That is 60 dawn, my lord. Impossible. This is absolutely impossible. I hoarded warehouses full of grain, hoping to starve all of Qingyang County with high prices. But he dug this monster of a crop out of the ground. From this day on, forget selling my brown rice for a silver coin a peck. Even if I give it away, nobody will spare a glance. My entire food empire. The wealth I was so proud of is completely gone. Lord Liu, how much of Qingyang's autumn grain do you want? As long as you bring enough carts, I will make sure you get plenty today. I was completely blind to have offended you, Lord Su. This miracle crop is a true blessing to our Great Way. I will dispatch an urgent courier immediately to report this to the court and request your reward. 6,000 pounds per acre. Such a miracle crop. Suji, who on earth are you? Today, inside the city walls, the rich aroma of roasted potatoes and hearty stew filled the air. For a city once driven to the brink of cannibalism, this was nothing short of paradise. My lord, this is terrible. The sky is falling. It is worse than that. Refugees. The outside is absolutely swarming with refugees. The residents from 3 neighboring counties heard that our Qingyang County dug up a divine crop gifted by the gods, and they are all rushing toward us like mad. How many are we talking about? Based on a rough estimate, over 20,000 people are already crowding outside the gates, and more of them are streaming in by the second. I'm afraid it could reach 40 to 50,000, sir. Sure, We had a bumper harvest, but we can't feed hundreds of thousands of hungry mouths. What is worse, they are completely blinded by extreme hunger. And they are literally storming the gates. The few dozen guards at our office cannot possibly hold them back. 40 to 50,000. Great. Perfect. I was actually just worrying that our upcoming master plan was going to lack a sufficient labor force. And now, they've delivered themselves right to our doorstep. Labor force, my lord. Those are literal starving monsters ready to rebel at any second. According to the logic of science, there are no monsters, only the most premium demographic dividend. Let's go. Follow me up the wall. Open the gates. Give us a bite of food. Please, we beg the honorable magistrate to grant us some food, even if it's just a single piece of that yellow divine fruit. While Suji might know how to farm, the refugee crisis is different. Throughout history, it has been an unsolvable dead end. If he opens the granaries, these tens of thousands of people will instantly eat Qingyang dry, and everyone will starve to death. But if he locks them out, and they riot and breach the city, Qingyang will be completely destroyed anyway. What is he going to do? Silence, all of you. I am Suji, Magistrate of Qingyang. I know you are starving, and I know you came here just trying to survive. Let alone 40 to 50,000 of you. My county of Qingyang has more than enough food to feed another 50,000. But my Qingyang county does not feed freeloaders, and we certainly don't feed useless people who only open their mouths for handouts. Starting today, Qingyang will implement a work for relief program. 50 soup kitchens will be set up outside the gates immediately. Anyone who can lift a hammer or swing a heavy pickaxe will join the Qingyang construction battalion. 3 square meals a day, guaranteed, plus 2 pounds of potatoes as daily wages. The elderly, sick, and weak join logistics, handling the cooking, cleaning, and mending. 2 square meals a day, guaranteed. If you want to survive, earn it with your own labor. But anyone freeloading or inciting a riot will be executed immediately. Thank you, merciful Lord. We can finally survive. Relief through labor, turning a massive crisis of tens of thousands of refugees instantly into a productive, loyal workforce. What a ruthless strategy. What a brilliant calculation. With just a few words, he organized tens of thousands of people. The Northern Volf tribe's 30,000 iron cavalry has breached Kaishui Pass. The imperial general has already abandoned the pass and fled. Those 30,000 horsemen are less than 300 li from Qingyang. My lord, we must flee. As long as the Green Hills remain, there will always be hope. Lord Su, Constable Zhao is right. Qingyang is now an isolated, helpless city. Fighting 30,000 heavy cavalry with 500 militia is sheer, hopeless suicide. Evacuating the citizens and their grain to the prefectural city is our only option. Flee? Never. I work tirelessly to grow grain from this soil and keep this town alive. I will not abandon it so easily. Never. Suji, do not let your pride blind you. Do you have any idea what 30,000 cavalry look like when they charge? Your flimsy dirt walls will crumble like wet paper before them. Young Master Lin, who told you that? I am defending this city with dirt, iron bull, and you, Bebicus. Immediately conscript 20,000 strong young refugees. Follow me to Black Mountain west of town. That place is loaded with rich limestone and clay, and a massive open-pit coal mine. I, your magistrate, will use 10 days to turn these massive mountains into a legendary and divine substance known as cement. I am going to surround this entire Qingyang county by pouring walls 20 meters high, 2 meters thick and completely impenetrable. A fortress of steel that even massive cannons cannot blast open. And cement is just the beginning. Issue orders to expand the great blacksmith shop immediately. I am going to build blast furnaces. I want the forge fires of Qingyang County to rage at over 1500 degrees. 30,000 iron cavalry. Let them come. Perfect. I will use the absolute force of industrial power to teach those Manchu still fighting with swords and spears exactly how they are going to die. Cement, blast furnaces, and industrial power. Suji, just who on earth are you? The Black Mountain west of town, once a desolate wasteland where nobody dared to tread, has now transformed into the most chaotic and massive construction worksite. Whoa! My lord, the roaring fire inside this furnace has already turned pure white. I've been a blacksmith my whole life, and I've never seen a fire this fierce. If this fire ever bursts out, it will turn even stones into ash. Pure white means it's about 1500 degrees. Tai-da, throw in more coal. And throw in the crushed iron or and limestone. Pour them in using the exact ratios I gave you. I want all the pig iron of Great Way to transform entirely into refined steel. Yes, my lord. Grind it finer, you lazy bums. The master ordered it. The finer this stuff, the better. Lord Su, you went through all that trouble to draft 20,000 men, spending endless raw materials, coin, and rations, all just to mix up this mud. 30,000 Manchu heavy cavalry will soon be at our gates. Instead of digging the rear city moat, or preparing the rolling defensive logs and heavy boulders, you are actually playing with mud here. Do you honestly think war is child's play? Summer insects know nothing of ice. What you see as mud is known as concrete in the eyes of science. Keep your eyes wide open. I'd like to see how this mud of yours can possibly stop the charge of 30,000 heavy cavalry. Qianyu, tear down the wooden casting molds on the outside. There are absolutely no seams here, and not a single trace of separate stones. It is a single solid block and utterly indestructible. Is this really that same mud from earlier? Qianyu, bring over your heaviest gate-breaking ram right now. Just mud and water could turn in just 2 days into solid stone that an 80-pound iron hammer cannot even shatter. No seams anywhere. One solid mass. This means the enemy's scaling hooks won't find a grip, and even if their catapults strike, it will not cause any massive collapse. In the face of this industrial marvel, the nomad's simple bows and curved blades are reduced to mere children's toes. Young Master Lin, do you still think I am just playing with mud? My lord, the molten iron is finally flowing. Excellent. Ha ha ha. Channel it into the casting molds this instant. Forge triangular steel diamond spearheads for our frontline troops, and the trigger mechanisms for our repeating crossbows. The barbarians are here. Pass the order down. All militia, take your positions. Let these barbarians witness what a true modern crush means. May our Wolf God protect us. Slaughter them, feed the dogs, plunder all of their food, take their women for ourselves. May our Wolf God protect us. Slaughter them, feed the dogs, plunder all of their food, take their women for ourselves. Mad. They have all gone mad. 30,000 barbarian cavalry. Great Way gathered 100,000 soldiers for a final battle on the open plains, only to be utterly crushed and routed. How can just 500 guards stop them now? My lord, the enemy is within 500 paces. Ha. Great Way's dog officials are indeed stupid pigs, actually plastering a wall with grey mud to stop the hooves of my Wolf warriors. Warriors, smash right through that pathetic mud wall. Trample Qingyang County to the ground. Trample Qingyang. 300 paces, my lord. Fire the arrows, or we are doomed. According to ancient military tactics, if we do not suppress their charge now, our walls will surely fall. What's the rush, without my direct orders? Anyone who flinches will face military law. Fire. Blast these savages to the sky. My leg. My leg is gone. Heaven's wrath. This is divine wrath. What kind of sorcery is this? Thunder. The way people can summon thunder. Is this really something mortals can do? Stop staring in awe. Truth only exists within cannon range. Now, pick up your repeating crossbows, kicking them while they're down. My lord. Solid. What kind of monster are you? Young Master Lin. This isn't a monster. This is called. The times have changed. Ha. Kneel. Get down. Why dash you ... What kind of devil are you? Great Way couldn't possibly have spells to summon heavenly thunder. You don't even understand the chemistry of gunpowder. No wonder you people can only eat dirt on the steppes. I happen to be in a great mood today, so I'll give you 2 choices. First, I turn the 20,000 of you who are left into fuel to burn in my blast furnaces. Though your fat content is a bit low, it is still better than nothing. And the second choice, I hear your heavenly Wolf tried, aside from fighting and plundering, also controls the northern black market salt and for trade. This is the salt you usually eat, bitter and toxic, yet greedy merchants sell it at astronomical prices. This is what I made using dissolution, filtration, evaporation, and crystallization refined salt from modern purification methods. There is no bitter taste, and it is extremely pure, something only the gods in heaven deserve to enjoy. Divine salt. My lord, do you mean that starting today, the heavenly Wolf tribe will cease to exist? You, and all your surviving men, will be reorganized into my Qing'an County foreign trade caravan. I will provide this divine salt, glass that is clearer than crystal, and soap smoother than mutton fat jade. I want you to take these goats and sell them at 10 or 100 times the price. To the royals and nobles of Great Way, sell them to our hostile neighbors. I am going to use these goats to siphon the silver from their treasuries, until not a single coin is left. If those explosive thunderstones shaking the Dragon Rock were just a show of absolute military force, then the business blueprint he casually tosses out now reveals his plan for a bloodless conquest, unveiling a terrifying scheme to conquer the world, using cheap, mass-produced, industrial goods to ruthlessly harvest this era's wealth is far more lethal than 30,000 charging cavalry. For Great Way, can it truly contain this heaven-swallowing dragon? Minister of Revenue, step forward and tell me, what on earth is going on here? Why, Your Majesty, please calm your anger. That Xinjiang snow salt is pure, without any impurities, and exceptionally flavorful. And those soaps and glassworks are all divinely crafted, miraculous treasures, not just within our Great Way, but even neighboring northern Che and southern Chu, and countless merchants with gold and silver are desperately rushing to the north. Where in the north? It is Qingyang County in the far north, a land plagued by constant drought, which recently suffered a plagued dead borderland. If I remember correctly, the magistrate of that county is a poor scholar exiled to that wasteland, named Suji. Is he not? Yes, Your Majesty, that is him. A petty border magistrate, on the verge of starvation, not only retailed 30,000 barbarian cavalry, but has now actually created these miraculous goats, and is close to draining my imperial treasury. Intriguing. It seems within my Great Way, an extraordinary monster has emerged. Send out my secret imperial decree. The cabinet will temporarily manage state affairs. I am taking Linger with me to personally visit this legendary Qingyang County. I want to see with my own eyes just what this man named Suji, just how many lives he thinks he has. These northern state roads are completely falling apart. The road maintenance funds allocated by the ministry each year, which corrupt officials' pockets did they line? Please calm down, sister. Just another 10 miles and we will enter Qingyang County. The road will improve, but all officials are corrupt anyway. Even if that Suji has some miraculous tricks and can manufacture snow rock glass, he is still banished to this freezing wasteland. If even the court cannot fix these roads, how could a minor county magistrate like him? What is going on? Why has the carriage stopped? Master, please come out and see this. What kind of miracle is this? This color, this smooth texture. Could it be paved with the legendary black jade? Using solid pieces of black jade to pave a highway dozens of miles long. How much of the state treasury did this drain? Even if we sold the entire Great Way Palace, we could never afford this much black jade. Is he a massive thief stealing from the state, plundering the world's wealth just to build roads? Or is he a god with truly heavenly powers? Sister, this is not black jade. Suji calls this an asphalt road. It is made from leftover steelmaking slag and boiled together with something called petroleum. The cost to lay it is incredibly cheap, supposedly to make his logistics and transport much easier. An asphalt road. Get back in. I want to see what Suji has in store to surprise me next. Halt. From out of town, aren't you? Are you blind? Do you know the rules? Want to enter? Get in line at the back. Insolent. Do you know who is in this carriage? How dare you block our path? How many heads do you have? What? Is the gate of Qingyang County made of solid gold, that we cannot even enter? Listen, lady, do not put on airs around here. In Qingyang County, even a dragon must coil up, and even a tiger must crouch. Lord Su's rules are the laws of heaven. Even the Emperor of Heaven must pay them. I am the Empress of Great Way. Every single blade of grass in this land belongs to me. Yet, returning to my own territory, I actually have to pay a toll to my own subject. This is pure, lawless arrogance. Quite a man, Suji, and quite a rule that even the emperor must pay. Linger, pay him the money. Take your receipt. The patrol guards inside will want to see it. Also, there is no spitting allowed in this city, and littering is strictly forbidden here. Carriages must be parked strictly inside the spaces marked with white lines. Violators will be fined before being released. To govern an entire city so impeccably and keep it this organized. To think a mere gatekeeper dares draw a sword against the crown. Suji, you have definitely piqued my royal interest. I must see what kind of man you truly are. Stop the carriage, let me walk around. Ma'am, that is Qingyang County's famous grilled food. Would you like to try some? I have tasted countless imperial delicacies, beyond measure. Yet none compare to this street food. Oh no. Ma'am, please, do not do that. Insolent. What is wrong with throwing away scrap wood? Ma'am, did you forget the notice at the gate? Littering here carries a fine of 200 coins. If you do it again, they make you sweep the streets for 3 days. Sweep streets. I am the supreme ruler of the realm, yet here in Qingyang County, I don't even have the freedom to toss a wooden skewer. Is this Suji some kind of obsessive meat freak maniac? Ow. Oh my goodness. Linger. It has been 6 months. Those foolish vassal princes and imperial harem idiots back in the capital ... spent hundreds of thousands of silver taels ... and thousands of tons of grain ... just to buy back those peerless glass gold figurines from King Xuan Line. ... Is it really just this stuff? Here on the streets of King Xuan Line, glass that is dozens of times larger than the palaces ... is actually just casually hung out on the street as a giant storefront sign. Suji is literally taking worthless, penniless pieces of broken stone ... and trading them for half of Great Way's treasury. Sister, please calm down. As Lord Su said, this is called market pricing. The luxury in where we are staying is just up ahead. You should rest first. That is certainly an arrogant name. I want to see how this mortal inn ... dares to call itself Cloud's Edge. What kind of contraption is this? Sister, this is called a revolving door. You just walk right inside with it. Watch out. Ma'am, this door design is completely and utterly absurd. Is Suji trying to rob and murder us in broad daylight? Welcome, esteemed guests. Welcome to our Grand Cloud Hotel. Will you be staying or dining with us? To Silver Tails a bowl. Are you actually running a decent hotel, or is this a highway robbery shop? Even the best bowl in Great Way only costs a few hundred copper coins. What gives Suji the nerve? How dare he, in this middle of nowhere, ... demand to whole Silver Tails for a single bowl? Pardon me, madam. Here at our Cloud Hotel, we proudly provide the only 5-star luxury service in all of Great Way. Our premium rooms feature 24-hour running hot water, modern flushing toilets, genuine leather sofas, and even authentic Simmons spring beds personally designed by Lord Su himself. At this price, it is absolutely worth every single penny. Linger. Did you hear what he said? To Silver Tails, an ordinary Great Way farmer works hard for an entire year. And yet, after paying taxes, they still cannot save to Silver Tails. Yet this Suzy ... just to let guests sleep on some fancy Simmons mattress for one night ... and dares to demand a whole year's livelihood of a hardworking peasant. Our treasury is empty. Our borders are freezing. And I, the ruler, must even ration my own candles. Yet here Suji is in this tiny little county, actually building himself a magnificent palace like this, lying back and sucking the blood of my common people. He is absolutely, utterly out of his mind. Officer Lee, come here. Go and bring your magistrate suit to me right now. I mean, I want to ask him myself. I want to see if his conscience was completely eaten by dogs. Sister, please calm down. Calm down. Remember, we are traveling incognito on this trip. We can't make a scene. I will just pay the 2 taels of silver for us, alright? Suji, you had better pray that those so-called divine inventions of yours can truly manage to shock and amaze me. Otherwise, once I return to the capital city, the very first thing I do will be tearing down your hotel and selling its tiles. And I will hang you, you crook, from the city gates for all to see. What on earth is this? Could this bed possibly be stuffed with 10,000 pounds of swan down? How can it feel this magical? Sister, this thing is called a Simmons mattress. Now take a look here. Is there a Dragon King hiding inside this wall? Why do we not see anyone carrying water? Yet this water flows out on its own, and it is actually hot. And what kind of miraculous divine object is this? Why does it have such a bizarre shape? Sister, this thing is a toilet. It is for using the restroom. There is none. Absolutely no foul smell, and no servants are needed to clean it. Linger. I always believed that I gave the people of Dawei the best possible life, but compared to this tiny Qingxiang county, my own palace feels like a cold, run-down pigsty. Suji, are you a god or a demon? But no matter what you are, I will make you mine. Running water that no one has to carry, gas lamps that burn bright as day, and glass doors that rotate on their own. Technology and industry. What kind of terrifying power is this? If the Dawei royal family does not control this power, and Qingyang County ever harbors thoughts of rebellion, who on earth could stop the man named Suji? No. I must meet him myself. Even if I have to dissect him, I will pry open his brain to see what is inside. Dig sister, where are you going? To the county office, to pay a visit to that lawless Suji. Science is the primary productive force. Wait, the force analysis on this pulley block is wrong. Master Su said a movable pulley cuts the force in half, but you have to pull twice as far. The pulling force on your rope is nowhere near enough to lift that pig iron. Bullshit, you completely ignored friction. Do you even understand friction? What vulgar commoner jargon are they yelling about? Sister, these are preparatory students from Suji's Institute of Innovation. They don't take the imperial exams, nor do they study the classical scriptures. They only learn things like physics, math, and chemistry. Suji says memorizing ancient books can't save Dawei. Only by mastering these subjects can they build more steam engines and devastating mortar. This is heresy, completely and utterly heretical. Yet, this vibrant energy is something the Imperial Academy in the capital, and those lifeless, pedantic scholars, will never possess. Approaching the county office. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Don't you know the rules here? Get in line at the back. Insolent, I demand to see your magistrate, Su. Do you expect me to stand in line with these filthy, money-obsessed merchants? Where did this arrogant little girl get such a big mouth? Even the Supreme Emperor himself would have to wait and make an appointment first. Looking at how you are dressed, you must be out-of-towners here for big business. First, go over there and pay 1 silver tael to buy a copy of our Qingyang County's brand new Science Daily newspaper. Make sure you read and fully understand our local investment policies. Then grab a number and wait for your turn. His lordship is extremely busy at the moment and has no time for random strangers. This entire empire belongs to me. For me to see my own subject, I actually have to spend money on some cheap newspaper and wait in line. My dear officer, please excuse us. My eldest sister has a very short temper. We are wealthy imperial merchants from the capital. We have a massive business deal that we must discuss with Lord Su directly. Could you please show some flexibility? Lord Su gave strict orders to let any fat sheep carrying tons of cash straight through, and then squeeze them for every single penny. Since you are prominent merchants from the capital, well, that makes things completely different. Please follow me. His lordship is in the backyard laboratory. This way, please, both of you. My lord, some incredibly wealthy merchants from the capital say they have a massive deal for you. No matter how big the business is, stand over there and keep quiet for now. This is a highly critical moment for purify high concentration sulfuric acid. If this explodes, it will blow us all to kingdom come. So, you are Suji? You sure put on quite an attitude. And who are you? If you're here to buy glass mirrors and fine salt, turn left outside and go to the Commerce Department. The entry barrier for agents right now starts at 100,000 taels of silver. But if you came for the heavy mortar and repeating crossbow blueprints, I suggest you drop that idea immediately. Even Great Ways War Minister begged in person, but I refused. Suji, do you really think that in this remote, barren wasteland, making a few miracles and clever gadgets allows you to disrespect your superiors and completely ignore the laws of the imperial court? Do you even realize what would happen if these weapons fell into enemy hands? What kind of catastrophe they would bring to Great Way? As an appointed official of the court, not only do you refuse to hand over these secrets, but instead you hoard wealth for yourself right here. What is your defense for this crime? Humph. Hand them over to the state treasury. To do what with them? Give them to those scholars who only write fancy essays, who don't even know iron or from coal. just for corrupt bureaucrats to line their own pockets, or give them to that clown who sits all day on the imperial dragon throne in the capital, who only cares about poetry and art, that brainless emperor. How dare you, Suji? Suji, you are finished. You just insulted the empress to her face, calling her a foolish ruler. The only insolent one here is you. What you call cheap, bizarre tricks is actually called science. And the reason I didn't is because, even if I slapped the chemical equations and furnace designs right onto the face of that empress, she wouldn't even understand them. And those pedantic scholars serving her don't even understand basic force analysis. How could they ever climb the peak of technology? In this era, absolute truth is held in my hands alone. The rules of my Qingyang County will be the future laws for Great Wei. If you are not satisfied, you can run back to the capital and complain to the emperor. Let's see if the emperor's imperial decree arrives first, or if the armored war chariots of my Qingyuan County will breach the gates of the capital first. Fine, so you truly believe the truth is in your hands. Forgive me, Lord Su. I lost my composure. My name is Lady Yun. I am a simple merchant from the capital. I was merely trying to test your courage and resolve just now. You were testing me, Lady Yun. My time is far too precious. In the time a single incense stick burns, my blast furnaces can churn out steel worth 100 silver ounces. Facing a monster who commands this kind of absolute, world-bending power, even imperial authority cannot suppress him for now. So, the only way is to win him over with wealth. Though Great Wei's treasury is running dry, my personal vaults and the Royal Merchant Guild possess a fortune that is still absolutely terrifying. I do not want your glassworks, nor do I want your refined salt. I want to buy the blueprints you mentioned earlier, for the flying barrel mortar or the repeating crossbow. I said they are not for sale. Weapons are the bottom line of Qingyang County. I am not buying weapons. 1 million ounces of silver. I will pay 1 million taels. And I only want 30% of the profits from all your county's workshops. You can keep playing your role as the righteous magistrate and continue focusing on your science. I will never interfere. How about that? Once Suji takes this massive fortune, the economic lifeline of Qingyang County will slowly become bound to the Royal Merchant Guild. By then, Suji will be nothing more than a pet in the capital, a legendary golden goose laying endless eggs of gold. 1 million silver taels. Lady Yun, you certainly have a lot of courage, but your narrow vision really does not do justice to your beauty. What do you mean by that? It means that you are simply too poor. Only 1 million taels. You expect to buy 30% of my entire industrial empire. Do you have any idea that my cement and steel plants outside town, just their net profits these past 6 months, have already surpassed that exact amount? Impossible. What is Great Wei's entire annual treasury anyway? A tiny county like yours. How could you pull in that kind of revenue? Humph. And that is why you have no clue what industrial added value means. Now, even though your vision is quite narrow, you are still a decent cash cow. 30% shares? In your dreams. But I have a brand new project right here that is just short of some startup capital. What is this? This is a road. A road paved entirely with steel. I call it a railway. Once we have this road, my coal and iron ore will pour into the city non-stop. As soon as Phase 1 is complete, Qingyuan's production capacity will jump tenfold again. Paving with steel. How is that possible, setting aside the astronomical cost? Even if you build it, what kind of legendary horse can pull a carriage running on iron? Who told you? My carriage needs horses anyway. Qianyu, ready the carriage. Take Lady Yun to the west testing grounds to open her eyes. What? What is this monster? Keep your eyes wide open, Lady Yun. This is impossible without oxen or horses. How can this steel beast move on its own? Thermal energy converting into mechanical work. This is called a steam locomotive. Right now, this is just an early experimental prototype, but I promise you, within 3 years, my trains will be pulling thousands of tons of freight and elite soldiers to every single corner of this continent. Madame Yun, I will sell you 1% of this railway company for 1 million taels. So, this deal. Are you in, or are you out? No horses or oxen, yet traveling hundreds of miles a day. If we use this miraculous machine to transport supplies ... No. Wait. If we used it to move Great Wei's heavy infantry ... This is no mere cargo transport. This is the ultimate weapon capable of completely reshaping the entire landscape of war. Wherever these iron tracks are laid, the Great Way Army can strike from the heavens in just a few days. 1,000,000 taels of silver for just a 1% share. Lord Su, is your appetite not a bit too massive? In Great Way's 300-year history, no one has ever dared to pitch a deal this dirty. Is it dirty? Madame Yun, you are a smart woman. You should easily recognize this machine's immense military value. I call this premium pricing for a technical monopoly. Aren't you afraid I will return to the capital, hire the Empire's finest master craftsmen, and copy your steam-powered military carriage? My guest, I am not afraid to tell you. This steam engine relies on thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, metallurgy, and high-precision mechanical engineering. Those blacksmiths back in your capital, who have never even seen a vernier caliper, even if you gave them another 100 years, they still couldn't hammer out a single working cylinder. Fine. I will pay the 1,000,000 taels. That 1% share. My Yun family will take it. Now, the phase to industrial expansion finally has the massive financial lifeline it needs. Splendid. Tai Niu, bring paper and ink to sign with Lady Yun. Wait a moment, Lord Su. After all, 1,000,000 taels is no small sum. I still have one additional condition. Let's hear it. I want to stay in Qingyan. And not just me. I also want to select from the Yun Enterprise a hand-picked group of our brightest young minds to study inside your Gavayuan and all your main workshops to audit. Since I have invested my money, I must know exactly where every single coin goes. Buying shares is just a cover. Her real goal is stealing secrets in Qingyang County. She wants to plant her royal spies right inside our core technology departments. Lady Yun, our core technology is the absolute secret of Qingyang County. You are making things very difficult for me. Lord Su, 1,000,000 taels of ready silver will be delivered directly to your treasury within 3 days. Deal? Well, for the sake of 1,000,000 taels, I will allow you to stay and observe Qingyang, and your young students can audit courses at the introductory level of our Gavayuan. Though tuition and boarding will cost extra 10,000 taels of silver per person each year. Suji, are you robbing me? What tuition costs 10,000 taels? Take it or leave it. Don't want to learn? Then get lost. True knowledge is priceless, you know. Once I master all of these secrets, and the day I finally reveal myself as Empress, I will absolutely make you, Suji, spit every single ounce of this silver back with interest. 10,000 taels it is. Then, a pleasure doing business. Lady Yun, Tai Niu, since Lady Yun is now a major shareholder in our Qingyang County, that makes her one of our own. Go set Lady Yun up with a premium VIP annual pass, our Cloudside Hotel, and give her a huge 1% discount on rooms. Oh, and throw in some meal tickets for our canteen too. Out-of-towners in Qingyang always need a good meal. Don't worry, my lord. I promise you, I will make sure Lady Yun is treated like absolute royalty. We will guarantee that every single coin in his pocket gets spent right here in Qingyang. Ha ha. Oh, Suji, sister, please, just calm down already. Very well, I will stay right here in Qingyang. Let us see just how many more tricks this Suji has left. Mark my words, one day, I am going to turn him into a eunuch who serves my tea. My lord, is that 1,000,000 taels of silver really coming through? It is. That woman is far from simple. Since you already know she is dangerous, my lord, why did you agree to let her people into the Jew Institute? What if all of our technology gets stolen by them? Listen closely, Tai Niu. The absolute best strategy in this world is not keeping your guard up, but rather assimilation. She thinks she sent us undercover spies here to steal our secrets. That as long as those young minds step inside my Jew Institute and lay their eyes on real science and feel the sheer power of industrial civilization, who do you think they will stay loyal to? The corrupt horde of Great Way? Or will they become my, Suji's, most devoted followers? Talk about ruthless. You are tearing out their souls, my lord. This is using science to rip the Great Way dynasty's foundations completely out by the roots. Yun Jing, you are by far the smartest of them all. One spent 100,000 taels of silver just to squeeze you all into that ridiculous Jew Institute of Suji's. Do you have any idea how heavy your burden is? Rest assured, my master The cheap tricks of a mere border county magistrate. It is nothing but a clever trick. Even if he hides those secret blueprints in the deepest vault, the photographic memories of the 10 of us will easily allow us to copy those designs from memory and deliver them flawlessly to our master's hands. Very well. Go now. Remember your true identity. Avoid any conflict with those uncultured peasants. Just focus on quietly stealing their knowledge. By your command, the day your studies are finished will be the moment you are promoted and rewarded. Sister, Yun Jing and his peers are Great Way's brightest stars. They have been down there for a whole month now. They must have stripped away all of Suji's secrets. By this point, Suji calculated everything, but he still underestimated our empire's deep heritage. Come, let us go collect our blueprints. What is going on? Is there a fire? Yun Jing, have you lost your mind? These are the sacred books of the sages. How dare you destroy the classics of the sages? Do you want to die? Master. Ha ha ha. What kind of holy books are these? Ha ha ha. These worthless rags. Can they tell me why an apple falls from a tree? Can they calculate the limits of a parabola? Can they explain why quicklime boils when you add water? What nonsense are you babbling about? What apple? What limits? Every scholar in Great Way has been lied to. I spent 20 years studying these sacred books, believing I mastered the laws of heaven and earth. But when Master Su stood at the blackboard, using something he called calculus, and in just the time it takes an incense stick to burn, precisely calculated a target 3 li away, and corrected the cannon's landing deviation, I finally see everything I studied for 20 years is nothing but useless garbage. All that talk of divine resonance and the divine right of kings. It is all utter bullshit. This right here is the truth. Everything in the universe has gravity, and energy is always conserved. In the face of absolute laws of physics, the ways of Confucius cannot build even a single screw. Silence. What you are saying is high treason. I sent you here to steal the steam carriage blueprints. Where are the blueprints? You tossed imperial secrets to the wind. And yet you dare to spout nonsense here, slandering our holy sages. My lord, you are far too naive. The core of a steam engine lies entirely in cylinder sealing and thermal energy conversion. Even if I sketched out the blueprints for you, in Dawei, could those local blacksmiths who cannot even read a vernier caliper ever manage to craft machine parts with an error of less than 1 millimeter? Master Su is not afraid of us stealing anything, because what he is teaching us is not just a simple trade, but rather a whole and complete new world. Student Yunjing has an exceptionally sharp mind. He actually got a perfect score on the introductory calculus test. Truly worthy of being a top student from the capital. Suji, what kind of evil witchcraft did you use on them? 10 of our finest young scholars, 10 of the most loyal pillars of the state of Dawei, in just a single month, have actually been brainwashed by you into this state. So completely crazed and out of their minds. Madam Yun, you can need whatever you want, but you cannot speak so recklessly. I only teach them for a single 2-hour lesson every day, and I have never forced them to burn a single book. All I did was take the cloth that was covering their eyes, the cloth called ignorance, and ripped it completely away. Once you have seen the brilliance of the sun, would you really ever go back to worshipping a moldy candle? And as it turns out, the power of truth to convert is utterly terrifying. Madame Yun, you spent 1 million silver taels to send these 10 bright young talents to my academy, and now they are already Qingyang County's most devout and faithful believers in science. Thank you for gifting Qingyang County's industrial future 10 of the most brilliant future engineers. Big sister, I don't believe it, that such a flawless monster could actually exist. During the day, he is so greedy and arrogant. What kind of person is he truly in secret? This is test number 36. The temperature control is correct. The nutrient solution ratio is also perfect. So why is the sterilization effect of this extract still falling short of actual clinical standards? Sterilization, is he brewing some kind of poison? No. I must speed things up. Once we set sail, Baiman could tear up the treaty and strike back. A wall of steel can block their cavalry, but not their poisoned blades or infected wounds. Great Way's military doctors are completely useless. Once the wounded get infected and feverish, they face certain death. If I can't extract and purify this batch of penicillin, my 500 militia from Qingyuan County And all the brothers we recruit later will have to rely on sheer luck to survive on the battlefield. I, Suji, dragged these men out of that terrible famine, not to send them to the battlefield, just to die miserably from rotting, infected wounds. Let's do it again. Reformulate the extraction liquid. Purify. He's purified again. The mortality rate is too high. With the fire of science, we forge the bodies of mortals. May the youth of Qingyang never suffer or die from battle wounds again. So, the Great Wei royal family only cares about their secure throne, and those useless books of sages that cannot save lives. And this very man, whom I saw as a thorn in my side, this arrogant man cursed by every noble as a blood-sucking leech, has, in the dead of this silent night, just to save the lives of a few common soldiers, completely drained his own lifeblood, and collapsed from pure exhaustion. Just what kind of monster are you? When you called me an idiot emperor earlier today, weren't you full of bold confidence? Suji, you act more like a monarch than I do. This empire of Great Wei. What if I share half of it with you? You're awake. Last night. Was it you here in Qingyang County? Other than me, your gullible investor. Who else would dare in the dead of night to barge into this room filled with toxic fumes? Lord Su, risking your life for a few bottles of unseen medicine, just to throw your life away. This is a terrible business deal. Lady Yun, are you actually worried about me? Do not flatter yourself, I just don't want my 1 million taels of silver to go down the drain. If you die, who is going to pay me my railway dividends? My lord, the sky is falling. My lord, the sky is literally falling. We have an urgent dispatch. The northern barbarian king, and his main tribal forces have bypassed Qingyang County, aided by a traitor within Great Wei. They have already breached Jian Pass. 300,000 barbarian troops are marching straight across the plains toward the capital. The northern guarding general has defected. Jian Pass has fallen. The capital is in peril. We beg Her Majesty to return immediately. Damn it. Lady Yun. Jian Pass has fallen. Why are you, a mere merchant, acting so incredibly worked up about it? Suji, no need to pretend any more. I am the Empress of Great Wei, Wei Yunshu. Let me witness this science of yours, Magistrate. The name Wei Yunshu sounds so much better than Lady Yun. So, Your Majesty came all this way to this backwater town, simply to invest 1 million taels of silver in me, and to hear me call you a foolish emperor. Suji, now is really not the time for jokes. 300,000 barbarians are besieging the capital. If our capital falls, the Great Wei Empire will completely fall to pieces, and your precious Qingyang County will surely fall with it. You want money? I'll give it. You want power? I will make you a king. As long as you stop those 300,000 iron cavalry, I will even go so far as to split the empire with you. Split the empire? I have no interest in that ruined old palace. None whatsoever. Wei Yunshu, open your eyes and watch closely. This is what I originally saved for the day I decide to conquer the entire world. 300,000 cavalry. Let me tell you, order the Imperial Guards off the walls. I, Suji, am going to show you something spectacular. What the ultimate violence of war really means. Qianyu, listen to my orders and deliver this official command right now. Open our secret warehouse number 1 immediately. Bring out every single one of our newly manufactured red coat cannons. Push every last one of them out. Today, I will fill the sky with thick gunpowder smoke to send these filthy barbarians straight to meet their ancestors. I honestly believed that I had already uncovered every single secret in this entire Qingyang County. But the moment that secret door finally opened, I realized right then just how incredibly limited my own imagination had actually been all along. Is this the giant cannon you were talking about? This massive barrel is actually cast from a single, solid piece of steel. It is more than just steel. This was built using our absolute latest high-pressure precision casting method, and lined with a special heat-resistant alloy. Next to your Great Wei's faulty bronze cannons that keep exploding, those smoky guns, this baby is called Divine Wrath. How far can they shoot? Within 3 li, nothing is left standing. Within 5 li, it can still shatter city walls. Great Wei's very best archers, even with the wind, max out at 200 paces. Yet your machine fires thousands of paces. The power of science is something mere flesh and blood can never match. Tai Niu, Order the artillery to roll out a red coat number 1. Target the West Mountain Cliff. Let us show our empress the real definition of truth. Load. Lady Yun, no. Wait, your majesty. Please cover your ears. Fire. Eyes, is this the power of a god? No. This is the power of man. Wei Yunshu, do you honestly still think the capital can hold? Suji, how many of these cannons do you have? 12. Not many, but with the 2,000 rounds I just made, holding off 300,000 charging barbarians is easy. More than enough. Good. Suji, I hereby name you Grand General of the state. Bring all Qingyang County's forces into the capital. Prince of Qin, if you can lift this siege, I will give you whatever you want. I have no interest in titles and power. But once this battle is won, the room rates for my cloud hotel ... You must pay me double. Tai Niu. Pass the order down. Halt all work at the workshops. Dispatch riders. Assemble the infrastructure and security battalions. Bring out our heavy cannons. Load up the supplies on the steam train. Destination, the capital. Today, we teach those barbarians a lesson. What it means to change fate with knowledge. First 10-second companies. Board the cars now. Secure the weapons and ammunition. Lock down the artillery camp. Watch those crane hoax. Those are our absolute prized babies. If you scratch them even a bit, I will personally skin you alive. What kind of machine is this? This incredible power is like commanding the gods. It is called a pulley system and a steam crane. Your Majesty, in this era, raw strength is the cheapest thing there is. Suji, these soldiers of yours, they are just farmers and refugees from Qingyang County. Why is their discipline tighter than my own Imperial Guard? How on earth did you train them? There is no secret. I only told them one thing. If anyone deprives them of eating 3 meals, of potato stew with meat, and to protect the food in their own bowls, men will unleash their most terrifying potential. The soldiers of Great Wei risk their lives for the illusion of imperial grace, but the men of Qingyang County fight to protect their dignity and their livelihoods. The difference is clear. All aboard, Your Majesty. Let the Empire of Great Wei feel the true speed of the industrial age. This is fast, simply too fast. Great Wei's elite cavalry riding day and night can only cover 300 li, yet your iron car, carrying thousands of troops, runs faster than the swiftest horse. This is the power of the railroad. Across the 800 li of Yanshan Pass, before the sun sets, our army will arrive at the city gates. Before sunset, this is absolutely mind-boggling. In that head of yours, ... Just how many secrets are you keeping from me? Yanshan Pass. The enemy's only route to head south. Right here, we prepare a grand gift for their 300,000 troops. Everyone, dismount now. Move fast, artillery battalion. Set up the firing positions immediately. All units, secure the firing zones. Survey company, report wind direction and firing coordinates. Report. Reporting. Commander. The enemy's 50,000 vanguard is less than 3 miles away. They haven't set up camp yet. They are marching straight for us through the night. 50,000 vanguard, and we only have 2,000 local militia. A 100-to-1 disparity. This is absolutely hopeless. Pushing through the pass overnight. These barbarians certainly are impatient. Tai Niu, hear my command. Pass the order down. Everyone, fall back. Without my command, ... No one fires a single cannon. I'm letting all 50,000 of them march right into the pass. Suji, you've lost your mind. Once 50,000 cavalry charge into the pass, ... and we can't hold them back. ... A single charge will flatten this entire high ground. Your Majesty, don't you realize ... that in narrow terrain, the shrapnel and ricochets of artillery ... are 10 times more lethal than on an open plain. What? Ha. Is Great Wei completely out of real men? They actually sent thousands of peasants ... who don't even have armor ... to line up on this tiny hill. Warriors ... the cities of Great Wei are right before us. The gold, the silver, the treasures inside ... the silk and the women are all waiting for us. Let's crush those peasants. Tonight, we'll drink in the palace of Shanghong City. Sire, Suji's army has completely entered the mountain pass. They are less than 2 li away from us. They can launch a charge at any second. Why haven't you ordered the cannons to fire? Do you know how terrifying a cavalry charge is? If those 50,000 men storm this high ground, our 2,000 soldiers will instantly be trampled to mush. What's the rush, Your Majesty? I don't blame you for never studying physics. In this narrow bottleneck shaped like a funnel, the higher the density of the enemy is, the shockwaves and shrapnel from the explosions will have a much higher kill rate. Firing now would only kill the front 10,000. I want to wipe them all out. I can see the barbarians' faces clearly now. Their archers are starting to draw their bows. Artillery battalion, load explosive shells, set the timed fuses. All units, focus fire. Fire the cannons. This is a strike from a higher dimension. To be exact, this is called fire saturation. Tai Niu, go down there and sweep the field. My rule is simple. Wherever the Qingyang army passes, leave no survivors. The emperor went on an undercover tour, and his whereabouts remain unknown. Beijing has probably fallen by now. Once Zhuang Pass falls, 300,000 Manchu troops will be at our gates. Those 50,000 spoiled imperial guards can't even ride straight. How can they defend the city? We must crown the young prince immediately, and flee south. Yes, Elder One is absolutely right. Where there is life, there is hope. But if we leave, what about the millions of citizens in this city? The ignorant peasants, the commoners are like chives. Once harvested, they will just grow back. If the royal bloodline is severed, our great way will truly perish. Pass down my orders. Imperial Guard, protect the young prince. All officials, follow me to retreat through the south gate. What is that noise? Ah, look over there. My lords, look. In the north. A monster is coming from the north. What do you mean? A steel beast? What kind of nonsense are you babbling? By the eternal heavens, what kind of demon is this? Artillery battalion, deploy immediately. Infantry, use the train carriages as cover. Fire at will. Today, we will teach these clueless and backward savages a lesson, making them taste industrial slaughter. Fire. Ow. 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 Are these Great Wei reinforcements? How could Wei possess such heavenly thunder? That is His Majesty. The Emperor is alive. I only went to Beijing for half a year. And yet, you ministers are already abandoning my empire. Where exactly are you fleeing? Your Majesty, spare us. We thought Your Majesty was already. We only wanted to protect the young prince. To keep Great Wei's bloodline alive. Keep the bloodline alive. The blood of Great Wei is right on my blade, and in the fire of Beijing's cannons. Hear my imperial decree. Any official who step past the south gate today, whether prime minister or state secretary, shall be executed for high treason, and their entire families wiped out. Honestly, seeing her in those imperial robes, looks way better than when she was playing the fool. Bison, tell the armored battalion, not to let them escape. Our armored train, HASN single quotes T had its fill yet. Don't panic. Great Wei's artillery takes forever to reload. They only have a few thousand men. Sure, those iron shells are tough. But once we get up close, their cannons will be completely useless. Warriors of the Heavenly Volf, unleash our legendary Tifu to heavy cavalry. Just smash those iron beasts to pieces. And slaughter Great Wei's empress. The world will be ours. Charge. Tifu, it's the barbarians' heavy armored cavalry. We're doomed. It's all over. We're finished. That kind of heavy armored ... Even our giant ballistas can't pierce it. Your Majesty, please retreat inside the city walls. Those iron carriages won't stop them. Once heavy cavalry like that gets up close. Suji's militia with their repeating crossbows. One single quotes to even scratch their armor. And our cannons have a limited firing angle. If the enemy gets within 100 paces, the cannons become completely blind. Suji, do you have a backup plan? If we can't stop them, I will stand and die with you outside the capital today. Commander, the barbarians have gotten smart. They've scattered their formation, and their armor is too thick for shrapnel. To do any real damage. They've crossed the 300 pace mark. I originally thought a weapon this advanced. This ultimate killing machine. Wouldn't be needed until I unified the continent. Before deploying it. But since you're all so eager to die. I single quotes LL happily put you out of your misery. Iron Bull, roll out the storm. Yes, sir. 200 paces, 150. Cowards of Great Way. Go to hell. Ha ha ha. Machine gunners, in position. Start cranking. Tear them to pieces. Ah, great heaven. What on earth is this? What on earth is this? This is absolutely impossible. Stop. Your Majesty, I have cleared out all those wild dogs outside for you. And now, is it time to settle scores with those inside your house? The parasites who were ready to abandon the city and run. Your Majesty. This man led troops into court and refused to kneel. This is an act of ultimate disrespect. The Chancellor is absolutely right. If this man is allowed to stay he will surely ruin Great Way. He has violated our sacred laws. Throw him into the dungeon. Wang An. When 300,000 barbarians besiege our city gates, and threatened to slaughter every single soul in our capital, where on earth was your Tian army? When you packed your gold and silver, preparing to abandon the capital, and crown a young puppet ruler just to flee to the south, where was your precious court decree then? If Magistrate Su hadn't led his Qingyang army 1,000 miles to save us, all of you, would have already been headless ghosts under the barbarians' blades long ago. How dare you still have the nerve to lecture me about ancestral laws? The methods this Suji uses are absolutely not the righteous path. If this continues, the people will only worship his dark tricks and forget the sage's teachings. The nation will fall apart. You old fool, do you know why your precious Great Way, was completely beaten by the barbarians and chased around like stray dogs? You treat science as nothing but witchcraft. Yet you cannot even forge a single decent sword to defend yourselves. How dare you commit murder right here in the throne room? Truth only lies within the firing range of my cannons. And justice lies right at the end of my gun barrel. If the foundation of the state, is to feed a pack of useless pests like you, who only know how to explode and destroy everything in sight, then we might as well tear it down. Your Majesty, leave the job of clearing out the trash to me. The cement plant in Qingyang County, happens to be running desperately short on free laborers who can smash rocks. Summon my cabinet now. Grand Secretary Wang An, the Minister of War, and the Minister of Revenue, along with 17 others, fled the battle. They are cowards who sought to divide my imperial court. Effective today, they are stripped of all official duties, their family assets confiscated, and all their male relatives demoted to commoners and exiled. Drag them out of my sight. Yes, Your Majesty, spare our lives. From this day forward, Great Way officially abolishes the ancient 8-legged examinations. We establish modern sciences, mathematics, and engineering as core subjects, and I appoint Suji as the Prime Minister of the Cabinet. We shall pour our nation's resources to let Great Way's steel torrent sweep across the 9 provinces. Your Majesty is truly wise. My Prime Minister, the imperial decree I just issued, are you satisfied with it? Empty promises of titles and power are useless. Personally, I prefer to focus on real results. After all, someone once promised me half of this Great Way empire. So, does this mean my empress has lost the bet? I can give you half of the world, but you, Suji, must belong entirely to me. It's been 5 years, yet I still feel like everything we built is just a beautiful, dazzling dream. The northern barbarians who made us tremble with fear 5 years ago are now home to Great Way's largest open-pit coal mine. Indeed it is. This is truly our brand new era now. And this is certainly no dream, my Empress. If we can convince them with firepower, why start a war? This is what we call a complete civilizational crush. Report to Your Majesty. Report to the Prime Minister. Glorious news has arrived from Bahai Bay Shipyard No. 1. Our Great Way's very first fleet of massive, 10 million pound steam power ironclad battleships, starting with the Kunlun, has successfully launched. They are fully prepared to set sail and patrol. The ironclad Colossus, a fire-breathing steel city on the water, has actually finally been built. Come on, let us go see our new toy. With this monster, the Empire of David will no longer be confined to this continent. Reporting to the Prime Minister, the Kunlun's power systems are fully operational. Weapon systems are completely online. Please, you and Her Majesty, order us to set sail. Haha, Suji, what on earth are you doing? 5 years ago, back in that tiny, remote county of this world. You promised to share half of this realm with me. Today, this entire continent is already crushed beneath our feet. But I feel that is far from enough. Yunshu, marry me. I do not just want to share this land. I want to use cold steel and heavy cannons to build you an industrial empire where the sun never sets. I want every corner of this planet to fly the dragon flag of David. Yes, I promise you. I accept your proposal. From this day forward, you are not just David's prime minister, but also my imperial husband. Is our next journey across this boundless ocean? No, my empress. The ocean is only the first step. Our journey lies in the sea of stars.